On the inside, be different, but on the outside, blend in with the crowd. There are times when we feel so different, as if we don't belong anywhere. But you don't always need to prove your uniqueness. Hold on to your core values within, a space that no one can touch, while outwardly blending in to navigate life wisely. The world isn't always gentle enough to accept everything immediately, but that doesn't diminish your worth. The person who makes you angry is the one controlling you. I've been there, letting anger take over, and every time it left me drained and lost. Then I realized, if I couldn't control my emotions, I was handing over the reins of my life to someone else. Don't let anyone anger you so easily. Your calmness is something they can never take away from you. The first rule is to keep a peaceful mind. The second rule is to see things for what they truly are. Life often throws us into confusion, but peace doesn't mean avoiding or running away. It's the courage to face the truth, even when it's not as beautiful as you'd hope. When you remain calm in the face of anything, things begin to unfold with clarity. Every morning you wake up, remember that being alive is a privilege. Have you ever paused to truly feel each breath you take? I've had days drowned in worry, days where I forgot that simply waking up, breathing, and seeing the morning light is a miracle. You're alive, you're loving, you're feeling, and these are treasures not everyone still has the chance to experience. You can't control the world, but you can control your mind. I used to think that if I could change my circumstances, I'd be happier. But the truth is, you can't change everything that happens to you. You can only change how you perceive and respond to it. True strength doesn't come from controlling the world around you, but from mastering yourself amidst the constant chaos. Don't suffer pain before it actually arrives. Have you ever tormented yourself with worries that haven't even come true? I have, and those fears were often more painful than anything real. But I've learned that we should only face pain when it actually comes. Don't let your mind turn the future into an endless nightmare. Be like a steadfast cliff against raging waves. Imagine this, a cliff standing still in the vast ocean, enduring the constant crashing of waves. The waves are strong, but the cliff never wavers. You can be like that too. Life will bring storms, but they don't matter. What matters is your ability to stand firm in the face of everything it throws at you. Listen more than you speak. I used to think that words could establish my value, but the truth is, listening has helped me grow far more. When you listen, you not only understand others, but also learn more about yourself. Sometimes silence is the most powerful response you can give. We guard our money carefully, but we waste our time easily. Have you ever realized that you can reclaim everything except time? I used to waste hours and days on things that didn't matter, but then I understood that time is life's greatest treasure. Each passing minute is a piece of your life gone forever. Don't let it slip away in vain. Start living today and treat each day as a lifetime. Are you waiting for the perfect moment to start something? If so, let me remind you that no moment is more perfect than today. Life is a collection of days lived fully. Stop waiting. Live as if today is all you have. Because in truth, It is. If you want to escape what makes you miserable, you don't need a new place. You need to become a new person. I used to believe that changing my surroundings would solve all my problems. But the truth is, you can go anywhere. Yet if you don't change yourself, your pain and burdens will follow. Liberation doesn't come from running away. It comes from facing the mirror, looking yourself in the eye and saying, I will become a better version of myself. Only by learning to let go do we realize how much of what we hold on to is unnecessary. People tend to accumulate everything, possessions, habits, emotions, as if they protect us. But have you noticed? These very things often become chains. Only by letting go can you see clearly. Freedom doesn't come from having more, but from needing less. Serenity is found in release, not in possession. If you don't know where you want to go, no wind will be favorable. You cannot steer the ship of your life without knowing your destination. Living without a goal is like a boat adrift in the ocean without a compass. The waves will toss you around, and you'll be carried away aimlessly. Decide what you want, because only then will each step you take truly matter. We love ourselves more than anyone else, yet we let others' opinions control us. Isn't it heartbreaking to think about this? You are the one who knows your worth best, so why let outside comments define who you are? Remember, others' eyes may never see deep enough to truly understand you. So why live by their standards? Be true to yourself, because no one else can live your life for you. When adversity strikes, don't say, "This is misfortune," but think, "Overcoming this is an honor." Hardship isn't a curse, it's an opportunity to prove your strength. Shift your perspective. Every challenge is a test. Each time you overcome one, you not only grow stronger, but also become an inspiration to yourself. A man conquers the world by conquering himself. Did you know that the greatest battle in life isn't out there but within your own mind? Fear, anger, greed. These are the biggest enemies you'll ever face. When you master yourself, nothing in this world can hold you back. Don't waste time debating what a good person is, just be one. The world doesn't need more theories about morality. It needs practical actions. Want to change the world? Don't talk. Start with yourself. Let the way you live be the proof of what you believe. Living kindly is the strongest rebuttal to all forms of insincerity. What you think shapes your mind. The mind is like a river. Positive thoughts are clear waters, while negative ones are debris. You can't expect a pure life if your mind is filled with envy, anger, or worry. Choose your thoughts carefully, for they determine who you become. If it's not right, don't do it. If it's not true, don't say it. Integrity isn't about what you declare for others to see, but how you live even when no one is watching. Ask yourself, can I look in the mirror without shame? Living truthfully protects not only your reputation, but also your inner peace. What matters isn't what happens to you, but how you respond to it. This world is never fair, but your response will determine whether you're defeated or victorious. Challenges may knock you down, but if you remain calm and resilient, no trial can truly overpower you. What you hear is just an opinion, not the truth. What you see is just a perspective, not the whole picture. We live in a world filled with layers that obscure the truth. Don't rush to believe what others say or what's immediately visible. Truth must be uncovered, not simply accepted. Learn to think independently, because only you truly know what is right for yourself. Luck happens when preparation meets opportunity. Don't sit idly and hope for a miracle. Luck doesn't fall from the sky. It's the result of persistence and readiness. The better prepared you are, the more easily opportunities will come to you. Work hard, so when the moment knocks, you'll never regret being ready. The poor are not those who have little, but those who always want more. Have you ever found yourself longing for luxuries, forgetting that you already have everything you need to be happy? Poverty isn't about what's in your wallet, it's about insatiable desire. To know contentment is to be rich. To appreciate what you have is to be happy. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. If you don't truly understand what you want, you'll always be swept along by the current of others. Self-awareness not only helps you live authentically, but also allows you to live more deeply. It's the first step to finding meaning in everything you do. Hardships reveal true character. Don't fear challenges. They don't come to destroy you, but to help you discover your inner strength. Adversity doesn't change who you are. It reveals it. Each time you overcome a struggle, you prove to yourself that you are worthy of this life. To be everywhere is to be nowhere. You cannot live fully if you spread yourself too thin. When you try to do everything at once, you accomplish nothing truly meaningful. Life isn't a race to be everywhere and do everything. Choose where you truly want to belong. Focus your energy and live wholeheartedly there. Death smiles at us all. All we can do is smile back. Death is inevitable for everyone, but instead of fearing it, face it with calm acceptance. It's life's fragility that makes every day you're alive so precious. Smile at death, for it means you've learned how to live a life without regret. The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. The more you cling to things beyond your reach, fame, wealth, approval, the more you lose yourself. True power comes from within, from letting go of what you can't control and focusing on what lies within your grasp. Nothing endures but change. Change is an unescapable law of life. You can't hold on to the past or predict the future. What you can do is learn to adapt and accept. When you understand that everything is temporary, you'll appreciate the present and no longer fear change. A person's worth is measured by the worth of what they value. Who you are is defined by what you hold dear. If you value integrity, you will become someone respectable. If you chase after superficial things, you will always feel empty. Be mindful of the values you prioritize, as they will shape the person you become. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Learning and growth aren't for those afraid of judgment. If you want to improve, you must be willing to step outside your comfort zone, accept being underestimated, and even endure ridicule. Only by daring to do what others won't can you achieve what they never will. Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. Anger is like fire. It can burn both the holder and the target. Don't let negative emotions control you. When you fail to control your anger, you're the one who gets hurt first. Forgiveness isn't about whether others deserve it, it's about whether you deserve peace. No man was ever wise by chance. Wisdom doesn't come from luck or coincidence. It's the result of continuous learning, failures, and life's lessons. If you want to become wise, start by listening, reading, and daring to experience life. Wisdom is earned, not given. He who is brave is free. Freedom doesn't come from material possessions or circumstances. It comes from courage. When you face your fears and push beyond the limits you set for yourself, you'll find true freedom. The brave are not imprisoned by doubt or worry. They are free because they choose to live that way. Your sense of injury and the injury itself disappears. Wounds aren't just in the actions others inflict, but in how you respond to them. When you let go of the hurt, it fades on its own. Pain is not permanent, it only lingers if you allow it to. The willing are led by fate, the reluctant dragged. Life is a journey, and you have two choices: walk willingly or be dragged along by the inevitable. Facing fate with readiness doesn't change it, but it gives you the strength to embrace it with peace of mind. What we do now echoes in eternity. Every action you take today leaves a lasting impact, not only on your life, but on the lives of those around you. You are building a legacy, so make it one worth remembering, because you will live on through what you create. While we wait for life, life passes. We spend our lives waiting for the perfect moment, for opportunities, for things to settle. But do you realize, while you wait, life is slipping away? Stop waiting and start living. Time doesn't stop for anyone. The one who puts the finishing touches on their life each day is never short of time. You don't need to wait until the end of your life to perfect yourself. Each day is an opportunity to improve, to live meaningfully. When you live fully each day, time is never lacking because you're making the most of every moment to build a life worth celebrating. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Wealth isn't about having much, but about knowing contentment. You could own all the riches in the world, but if your greed keeps growing, you'll always feel poor. Being satisfied with what you have is the greatest treasure no one can take from you. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Death isn't as frightening as living without truly starting. If you stay trapped in fear and hesitate before opportunities, you let life pass by in vain. Live as if every day is a new beginning. For only by living fully will death cease to be something to fear. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. Choose your companions wisely because they shape the path you walk. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you to grow, and bring out the best in you. Don't let yourself be dragged down by those who make you doubt your worth. Humans have come into being for the sake of each other, so either teach them or learn to bear them. We are born to connect with one another, either to guide or to learn how to accept. You cannot avoid the presence of others in your life, but you can choose how to treat them, with patience, forgiveness, or the appropriate detachment when needed. It can ruin your life only if it ruins your character. Otherwise, it cannot harm you inside or out. Nothing can destroy you unless you let it damage your character. External challenges are just tests, but your response defines who you are. Don't let adversity make you lose your integrity, for character is the final fortress that protects you from all misfortunes. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Happiness doesn't come from what you have, but from how you think. Positive thoughts lay the foundation for a peaceful life, while negative thoughts become burdens that trap you. Learn to clear your mind, for happiness arises from within it. Mastery of reading and writing requires a master. Still more so, life. Reading and writing require a teacher to guide you, but life demands a much deeper wisdom. Life is a complex book, and you must learn to read the hidden lines between challenges and opportunities. Keep refining yourself, for no one can live your life for you. Life is very short and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future. Life feels short only to those who fail to cherish the present. If you are trapped in the past or consumed by fear of the future, you'll miss the one moment you truly own today. Learn to let go and live for the present. Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. Be forgiving of others, for everyone carries unseen wounds. But with yourself, be strict. Only discipline can help you reach the heights you dream of. Your days are numbered. Use them to throw open the windows of your soul to the sun. Every day you live is one day less in your life. Don't waste them in the shadows of fear or stagnation. Open your heart to light, from opportunities, beauty, and the hope that resides within you. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. The greatest revenge is not to hurt the one who hurt you, but to live a life opposite to what they represent. Let your kindness, forgiveness, and success be your strongest response. Sometimes, even to live is an act of courage. Some days, simply waking up and carrying on is an act of bravery. Life can be harsh, but you're still here. You didn't give up. That's a victory, and there's nothing more precious than that resilience. It's not that we have little time, but more that we waste a good deal of it. Time isn't scarce, but we often squander it on things that don't matter. Reflect on how you're using your time. Are you truly living or just existing? Don't wait until time runs out to realize the value of each moment. Whatever happens at all happens as it should. Everything happens for a reason, whether you see it or not. Don't complain or resist fate. Trust that every event brings a lesson. When you accept this, you'll find peace and strength to move forward. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Your life reflects the quality of your thoughts. Positive thoughts create a fulfilling life, while negative ones shape a world of struggle. Choose your mindset wisely, for it defines your reality. How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it? Anger rarely brings positive results. It often leaves wounds far greater than the original offense. Forgiveness isn't for the other person. It's for you, so you no longer remain a victim of your own negative emotions. He who fears death will never do anything worthy of a man who is alive. The fear of death is the enemy of living. When you're overly consumed with the end, you'll miss all the days in between. Living without fear is the only way to create something truly memorable. We live only now. Everything else is either past or unknown. The present moment is the only thing we truly own. The past is gone, and the future is uncertain. Live fully in the now, for it is the one thing that cannot be taken away. Progress is not achieved by luck or accident, but by working on yourself daily. Progress doesn't come from luck or miracles. It is the result of consistent daily effort. If you want to succeed, start by improving yourself today. No delays, no excuses. In banquets, remember that you entertain two guests, body and soul. Whatever you shall have given to the body, you soon eject, but what you shall have given to the soul, you keep always. The body is temporary, but the soul is eternal. Live not just to satisfy physical desires, but to nourish your soul with enduring values, wisdom, love, and compassion. No person has the power to have everything they want, but it is in their power not to want what they don't have. No one can own everything, but everyone can learn to be content with what they have. Happiness doesn't come from having more, but from wanting less. If what you have seems insufficient to you, then though you possess the world, you will yet be miserable. Even if you own the entire world, you'll remain miserable if you always feel lacking. True wealth lies in gratitude, seeing what you have and cherishing it as priceless gifts. He is the most powerful who has power over himself. The greatest strength is not in controlling others, but in mastering yourself. Those who govern their emotions, conquer their fears, and tame their egos are truly invincible. When you command yourself, the world is no longer a threat, but a place to conquer with confidence and calmness. Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. Difficulties are not enemies, they are exercises for the mind. Just as muscles need work to grow, the mind needs adversity to sharpen. Don't fear challenges. View them as opportunities to build an inner strength that nothing can break. As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters. Life isn't measured by the number of years, but by how you live those years. A good story doesn't have to be long, and a meaningful life doesn't need to last forever. Quality matters more than quantity. Make each day memorable instead of worrying about how many you have. Life, if well lived, is long enough. Eternity isn't in time, but in the value you create within it. A life lived fully, with love, courage, and sincerity, is always long enough. Don't worry about the end. Focus on how you write each chapter of your life story. The best answer to anger is silence. Anger is a fire, and silence is the water that extinguishes it. By staying silent, you not only protect your peace, but also take away the power of those who seek to provoke you. Silence is not weakness. It's a wise choice to keep your soul undisturbed by the unworthy. Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. You can search the world for peace, but the only true refuge is within your own soul. When you learn to listen to your inner voice, you'll discover a sanctuary no one can invade. Peace isn't out there, it's within you. He who has injured thee was either stronger or weaker than thee. If weaker, spare him. If stronger, spare thyself. When someone hurts you, think carefully before retaliating. If they are weaker, forgiveness is a show of strength. If they are stronger, forgiveness is a way to protect yourself. Revenge is never a victory. Forgiveness is the mark of wisdom and courage. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Every obstacle is a test, and overcoming it transforms it into a stepping stone for progress. Don't fear a rough path. The challenges along the way make your journey worthwhile. See difficulties not as barriers, but as integral parts of the road you must travel. To wish to be well is a part of becoming well. All change begins with the desire to change. When you truly wish to live well, physically and mentally, you've already taken the first step. The wish is the spark, and action is the fuel that keeps the fire alive. Receive without conceit, release without struggle. Accept everything with gratitude, not arrogance. And when it's time to let go, do so without regret. Life flows like a river, and you cannot hold on to what was never yours to keep. Learning to receive and release gracefully keeps your soul light and free. No great thing is created suddenly. Greatness never comes instantly. Success, growth, or big dreams all require time and patience. Remember that every small step you take today lays the foundation for future achievements. Don't rush. Build slowly and steadily, trusting that the best things take time to mature. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. The pain in our minds is often harsher than any challenge in real life. We torment ourselves, fearing things that may never happen. Don't let your imagination become a prison. Focus on the present, but reality is often gentler than what your mind exaggerates. No man can escape his destiny, the next inquiry being how he may best live the time that he has to live. You cannot change your fate, but you can choose how to face it. Instead of resenting what you cannot control, focus on living the most meaningful life within the time you have. Fate does not define you, how you live does. Live immediately. Life doesn't wait. Every moment you delay, every time you say later, is a part of life wasted. Live now, love now, and do what truly matters to you, because today is all you can be sure of. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Every fresh start requires an ending. Don't fear letting go of the old, whether it's relationships, habits, or dreams that no longer serve you. Endings aren't losses, they're opportunities to begin a new, better chapter in your life. We suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them. It's not the events themselves that cause pain, but how we perceive them. An adversity can be a disaster or a lesson. It's all about your perspective. Change your thinking, and you'll find life becomes lighter. Confine yourself to the present. The past is gone, the future is uncertain. All you truly own is the present. Live fully in each moment, for it is these moments that make up your life. Don't let your mind wander to places that don't belong to now. No man is free who is not a master of himself. True freedom doesn't come from being free of others' control, but from mastering yourself. If you let emotions, fears, or desires dictate your actions, you'll never truly be free. Control yourself, and no one can bind you. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Happiness doesn't come from grand things. It stems from how you view life. A grateful heart, a loving soul, and a mind that cherishes the small joys, that's all you need to feel complete. If you live in harmony with nature, you will never be poor. If you live according to what others think, you will never be rich. When you live true to nature, true to your values, you'll never feel lacking. But if you live to please others, you'll be trapped in a cycle of endless desire and dissatisfaction. True wealth lies in living a life that brings peace to your soul, not in proving yourself to the world. Learn to be indifferent to what makes no difference. Life is full of trivialities that we often overvalue. Learn to be indifferent to what doesn't matter, because every moment spent on them is a moment lost. Focus on what truly holds meaning. That's how you make life worthwhile. The greatest blessings of mankind are within us and within our reach. The best things in life aren't external. They're not fame or riches, but the values within you. Love, gratitude, and peace. They've always been there, right within your reach. Stop searching far and wide and realize that true happiness begins from within. A wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be, without wishing for what he has not. A wise person knows how to be content with what they have instead of yearning for what's out of reach. Greed knows no bounds, and it only brings misery. Cherish what the present offers you, for that is the foundation of a meaningful life. Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems. Most of our fears don't come from reality, but from our imagination. We worry about things that may never happen, and that drains us more than the actual challenges we face. Stop battling the ghosts in your mind and focus on solving the problems that truly exist. Small-minded people blame others. Average people blame themselves. The wise see all blame as foolishness. Small-minded people shift blame to others. Average people take the blame on themselves, but the wise understand that blame is meaningless. Instead of searching for someone to hold accountable, focus on solving the problem. Blame wastes time. Action is how you take control of your destiny. Respect the past. Be open to the future. The past is a lesson, not a burden. Respect what you've been through, but don't let it hold you back from moving forward. Keep your heart open to the future, for each new day is a chance to continue writing the story of your life. The life we receive is not short, but we make it so. Life isn't short, but we shorten it by wasting time. We get lost in meaningless pursuits and forget that every moment is precious. Live mindfully, treasure each moment, and you'll realize life is long enough to achieve what truly matters. We are not ill-provided, but use what we have wastefully. We're not lacking, we simply waste what we have. Time, opportunities, love, they're all there, but we often fail to make the most of them. Stop complaining and start using what you already have more wisely. Stay calm and serene, regardless of what life throws at you. Life will never stop challenging you, but it's your calmness that will help you overcome everything. Storms will come, but keep your heart like a still lake. Only then will you have the clarity to find your way forward. Peace isn't about avoiding hardship, but facing it with strength and steadiness. If these words resonate with you, take a moment to hit the like button to spread positive energy to others. Don't hesitate to leave a comment. Share your perspective, a story, or a lesson you cherish. Your voice could inspire someone else. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to continue this journey with us in future videos. Thank you for taking the time to listen and reflect.